Investor schooling has an interesting story behind it. So investor schooling started like this. It basically happened because I was retired. I mean, what you would call retired. I don't know if I'd ever be retired, what most people call retired. But I was sitting home. I made enough money on my real estate that I never had to work again. I was making enough money in the stock market that I could buy stuff I wanted, like cars and stuff, and it was exciting. And I was really, really bored. I mean, you can only watch so much Dr. Phil for so long before your head explodes. So basically what happened was somebody gave me a call and they said, hey, listen, I hear you're killing it in the stock market. Can you tell me what you're doing? And I said, sure. And down the road, there was a Dunkin' Donuts. And I said, listen, meet me at Dunkin' Donuts. I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you what you could do and how you get started. We had coffee. He bought me coffee. We sat down for about an hour, hour and a half. And I told him a bunch of things to do. About a week later, I called him. And what does he do? I said, what have you been doing? He goes, oh, nothing. Just thinking about what you said. I said, really? And I'm thinking, what a waste of time. But then again, I'm thinking, wow, that was still better than Dr. Phil. But anyway, somebody calls me a couple of weeks later and says the same thing about real estate. They said, hey, can you teach me what you know about real estate? I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go. I'll meet you, of course, where? Dunkin' Donuts. And I go to Dunkin' Donuts and meet that person. We start to talk. I start to show her some things and blah, 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 blah. All kinds of things happen. And sure enough, a week later, I go, hey, what'd you do? Oh, nothing. Really? So finally I get another call from another guy. He says, hey, listen, can you teach me stock options? I go, sure. I meet him at Dunkin' Donuts. I said, listen, my coaching program is $3,000. And he goes, okay, how can I pay for that? And here's the interesting part. He became a very successful coaching student. He actually doubled his money in 1 year in stock options because he immediately went to work. So I immediately realized, hey, they have to pay in order to pay attention. So basically I had one or two students, paying me a couple of grand here and there to coach them on stock options, coach them on real estate. Meanwhile, I have this building that we're actually recording in right now that I bought seller financing with 0% interest. I was paying the guy $1,000 a month for this building. It's a really nice building. If you've ever been here, it's really nice. And it was empty. I was trying to rent it and I couldn't rent it. Here's the really crazy part. When I first bought the building, the rents in the area were $3,800. So I figured I'd rent it right away for $3,800. I put it up for $3,800. I don't get anything. I lowered the price to $34. I don't get anything. I lowered the price to $28. I don't get anything. I lowered the price to $1,600. I still can't get anything. I'm like, you know what? I'm coaching these students at Dunkin' Donuts. Why don't I take my office, clean it up a little bit, and make it into a nice coaching center? So I started coaching people very quickly. I started coaching people in my conference room. And then in about a month or so my partner Phil Falcone in Investor Schooling, Phil and I had been talking about opening or doing coaching for years. And I said, I'm going to turn this into a school. We have this building, we have this room, let's do it. Let's turn it into a school. He agreed. We came up with an awesome plan, and Investor Schooling has been taking off. In fact, I am so excited about what Investor Schooling is doing because the students are all doing well. We have students who slowly get into it. We have students who, boom, they're making money. They're making money right away. You've seen some of the giant checks that we show off that people have made. I love this business. It is just so much fun. I love helping people.